Hey guys, welcome back. So you probably heard by now that Google is getting into gaming. No, you haven't? Well, in this video, I'm going to try to explain to you guys what it is. Actually, my friend Gary is here to help me out. Take it away, Gary.
Hey Ascaldi, is Google getting into gaming?
Yep, it's happening. Previously known as Project Stream and Project Yeti before that, Google held a private beta for the service in 2018. Participants lucky enough to get in were given access to Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which was playable through a Chrome browser tab on a PC. Unlike the typical Sony or Microsoft beginnings, where they provide us with a physical console to drool over, Google's console is all in the cloud. Here's a quick summary if you don't want the details. The only thing you need to have is either a computer, tablet, or Pixel phone with a Chrome browser or a Chromecast, and then a controller such as a Stadia, PS4, or Xbox controller you probably have laying around already. These will be your only hardware requirements in order to play the games. Then you log into your Google Stadia account, pick a game from the available selection, and that's it, you're in. All the magic happens in the Google Cloud without the need for a console unit. Now let's get into a bit more detailed explanation.
Oh, what's a Google Stadia?
Stadia is a cloud-based game streaming service that bypasses the need for a physical console. To put it simply, it's a virtual console. The idea isn't something new per se. Sony offers something similar with their PlayStation Now service, which lets you stream games through a monthly subscription model. The difference between the two services is that you don't need a physical console with the Stadia. It is important to note that the PS Now service has since been updated to work on PC, eliminating the need for a console and in turn making it one of Stadia's direct competitors.
Oh, neato! Tell me more!
So let's say you go to your local electronics store to buy a new console, an Xbox for example. You bring it home, take it out of the box, immediately get buyer's remorse because you just spent $400 on something you probably didn't need to begin with. After a few minutes of crying, you snap out of it and set up the console. Now you want to play a game. At this point, you either already have it physically or are planning to buy it digitally. Most games nowadays have a very large install size. I would guesstimate that the average is somewhere around 50 gigabytes. Even on standard internet connections, that will mean you have to wait about 30 to 45 minutes to finish installing the game. So from in-store to in-game, you're looking at about an hour or hour and a half wait in order to play your game. And at this point, the total cost of your impulse buy is floating somewhere around $500. With Google Stadia, you simply take the console unit out of the equation. Just pretend that a mischievous Google employee came into your house and took your console and online privacy and left you with only the controller. Simply select the game from your Stadia library and start playing instantly. You don't even have to wait for the game to download because all the horsepower is now done on the Google servers around the world. You even have the ability to start playing a game on one device and pick it right back up on another device in the same state that you left the game in. Let that sink in for a second. Oh man, I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back, guys. No more overheating or noisy physical console to have to worry about. You'll never have to worry about upgrading to a newer, better console because Google will make sure their hardware is future-proofed. It's instant gratification and all for essentially the cost of a game and any hardware you might need, but probably already have laying around.
Do I have to have super fast internet?
Not necessarily. Google recommends that you have a minimum download speed of 10 megabits per second in order to have a good experience. The bare minimum will allow you to play games at 720p resolution and up to 60 frames per second with stereo audio. Obviously, the higher the speeds, the more you'll get out of the service, as you can see from this chart. There are hopes that the service will be available to use on mobile networks in the future, meaning you won't even need home internet if you decide to go that route.
Will I have to pay a monthly subscription fee?
Nope. The base service is free to all users. You'll be able to buy games from the storefront and play them with or without a subscription at any time as long as you have an internet connection. The paid subscription, Stadia Pro, will cost $10 a month and is similar to what is offered by other services such as Xbox Live Gold and PSN Plus. You'll get access to select free games, special discounts on Stadia games, and most importantly, you'll have the capability of streaming your games up to 4K resolution at 60 frames per second in 5.1 surround sound. You will not need a separate subscription just to play games online with friends.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to step up my hardware, right?
Chances are you already have the hardware needed to try the service. Do you have a computer with a Chrome browser, a Chromecast, tablet, or Pixel phone? Great. What about an Xbox, PS4, Switch controller, or mouse and keyboard? Awesome. Do you have decent internet service? Perfect. You're good to go on the hardware side. Next up, you need to log into your Google account and set up your Stadia username. Go into the Stadia storefront and buy yourself a game. That's it. You can start playing literally right away. For those who would like to try the unproven service before everyone else, Google announced a limited edition Stadia Founders Edition bundle.
The Founders Edition? What's that?
It will cost you $129.99. It will include the following: early access to the service, a special edition Night Blue Stadia controller, 3 months of Stadia Pro for you and a friend, a Chromecast Ultra, the entire Destiny 2 collection including Shadowkeep, and first dibs at your choice of Stadia username. Now you may be asking, what's so special about the Stadia controller? Can't I just use a controller I already have at home? Well, you can, but the Stadia controller is specifically designed to connect via Wi-Fi directly to Google servers, meaning less latency. For example, let's say you want to use your Xbox controller. When playing a game on Stadia, data is being sent to Google servers from both your device and from your Xbox controller. Pressing the jump button on the controller sends a signal to the game, and the game translates that into your character jumping. This all ideally happens within a fraction of a second. When playing a game that requires fast reflexes, it is critical that the response time from your controller to the game is as fast as possible. The Stadia controller has its own separate connection through your Wi-Fi network, bypassing the streaming service altogether. This results in less latency and a better response time, which, again, is very important in fast-paced games. Your Xbox controller can only connect via Bluetooth or through USB, thereby adding an extra layer of data.
Oh, what games are they gonna have?
The list of games available for Stadia will gradually increase as more studios jump on board. For now, these are the current games that have been confirmed: Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Baldur's Gate 3, Borderlands 3, Darksiders Genesis, Destiny 2, Doom, Doom Eternal, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Farming Simulator 19, Final Fantasy 15, Football Manager, Get Packed, Grid, Guilt, Just Dance, Metro Exodus, Mortal Kombat 11, NBA 2K, Rage 2, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Samurai Showdown, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, The Crew 2, The Elder Scrolls Online, Thumper, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Tom Clancy's The Division 2, Trials Rising, Watch Dogs Legion, Wolfenstein Youngblood. On top of these games, Google created their own first-party studio in order to help developers bring their games to the service and make exclusive games only available on the Stadia.
Alright, Escaldi, just let me know when I can buy it.
So now you know the basics of Google Stadia and you want to get your hands on it. Now what? While the service won't be widely available until sometime next year, you can pre-order the Founders Edition for $129.99 right now and receive a special bundle by November of this year. If that is too steep a price, you could totally wait until next year and technically not have to pay for anything but the game you want to play, as long as you have the hardware from the checklist I mentioned above. Alright guys, so that was Stadia in a nutshell. Obviously there are a lot of pros and cons to something like this. For example, if you don't have an always-on internet connection, you just can't play the games. There's also the very real possibility of lag, which can be very frustrating when playing. And on top of that, the service could be a flop, and Google is known for scrapping a lot of its services if it's not working out. But on the other hand, Stadia has a lot of potential. Being able to start your game on your PC and then taking it over to your phone or TV and picking the game right back up where you left it off is an awesome feature. Instant downloads and updates will save you so much time as well. And the fact that the service is so easily accessible to everybody and cheap is a huge advantage. Personally, I'm excited for Stadia and what it could bring to the gaming landscape. Either way, the future of gaming is headed to the cloud, and I choose to embrace it now. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think about Stadia in the comments. I'll see you in the next video.